Most people don't struggle because they are lazy. They struggle because they are tired, but they don't know what tired means. So they blame themselves. They say things like, "I lack discipline. I should be doing better." But what if the problem was never you? What if you were pushing harder on something that was already worn out? Today's story will show you something simple, but deeply important. It's the story of a man, a knife, and a mistake most of us make every day without even realizing it. This story begins in a quiet village. There was a man named Ramu who lived in a remote village with his elderly grandmother. Ramu used to cook every day using the same knife. Over time, with excessive use, the knife became dull. Cutting vegetables took longer and his hands started to hurt. Ramu started blaming himself by saying, "I'm slow, I've lost my skill, I used to be better." So he pushed harder. He started to press the blade with more force and had to work for longer hours in the kitchen. But with time, the knife only got worse. One day, Ramu's friend Sham visited his home and watched him struggle with the knife. Sham took the knife and tried to cut the vegetables himself, but it barely worked. Sham asked, "Ramu, when was the last time you sharpened this knife?" Ramu froze. He couldn't remember. And he replied, "No, the knife is fine. I'm the one who's slow." Then Sham took the knife, sharpened it for a few minutes, and handed it back to Ramu. Suddenly, everything was easier. The cuts were smooth, the effort was less. Ramu looked confused and said, "How? I didn't change." Sham smiled and replied, "Exactly, it wasn't you, it was the knife." That's how life works. In real life, the knife is your mind. And just like that knife, mental fatigue doesn't appear overnight. It builds quietly, from constant thinking, constant pressure, always trying to be productive and never truly resting. So when things feel harder than they should, it's not because you're lazy, it's because your mind is tired. A tired mind doesn't need force or more pressure. It doesn't need self-blame. It needs rest. It needs care. It needs understanding. Just like the knife, it doesn't become sharp by force. So slow down, breathe, treat your mind gently, be a little kinder to yourself. You're not lazy. Your mind is just tired.